Baker.
Well, I know what Baker would be doing right now. He'd be shaking his fist at somebody.
85, caution 3 laps at the fastest speedway on earth. Michael Waltrip leads at Talladega. Kevin Harvick said, "I'm back." He certainly is. He stormed up to 3rd place, and then he got freight trained on both sides. He's stuck in the middle.
Getting a little tight right through here, guys. Getting a little tight.
Getting 4 wide as they come through the tri-oval.
That's not a good thing. What that does is all those cars with 4 wide like that lets everybody behind them just close up so quickly. The closing rate there is pretty fast. You got to be careful.
And I mean, Darrell, I don't think we can stress enough why 4 wide. I mean, the racetrack is plenty wide enough, but it's just, you talked about it earlier, these cars busting and bouncing around. One little move the wrong way, you take 3/4 the field out.
Well, when you're 4 wide, when you're 3 wide, there's very little margin for error. When you're 4 wide, there is no margin for error, and that's what you got to be careful of.
You know, guys, we got to talk strategy again. I want to know what that car's doing. About 10 laps away from pit stop. Jeff Hammond, we know we're going to have to be there like Dick Bergman talked a while ago for 2 cans. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you 4 tires this time. But since we're going to be near the end, I'm probably just going to do a little gas and go. And that, you was talking about it when we were at break. That's probably what Matt Kenseth and that group's thinking, running those extra laps.
Yeah, Larry, I really believe they're looking for an advantage, and the best way you're going to beat a lot of these guys, instead of staying there for a can or can and a half on that last stop, is planning on getting just 1 can, get on and off pit road, and try to get away and get it down to where it's a small pack of cars to race with instead of this big gaggle we see behind them. These next 2 pit stops, especially this one, is going to kind of like set the stage on how everything's going to evolve to the end of this race, especially if it stays great.
Remember when Jeff Gordon fell back to 27th after that pit stop? No big deal. He is right there fighting for the lead.
Like I said, it's a chess game. Backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. The only 2 cars that have consistently been up front is the 8 and the 15. Everybody else has kind of rotated around behind them.
But look at those 2 Roush cars right there. Matt Kenseth in the 17, Mark Martin in the 6. Kenseth fell back to about 15th after falling in line a while ago. Now he's done worked his way along with Jeff Gordon up to 3rd.
And Earnhardt Jr. has to work with Ryan Newman and Sterling Marlin on the outside to try to get back to the front.
But he can do it. Now, there's that car, he went around the 6 car on the outside and is pulling himself right on back up by Kenseth. That car gets a whale of a run, guys.
10 laps ago, he was shaking his fist at Ryan Newman. Now he's waving, stay behind.
Yeah. Come on, buddy, let's go.
Let's listen in on Dale Earnhardt Jr.
I don't know why I'm getting hot in these cars here last couple races. I think I need to drink better, more water. But yeah, it has a lot to do with these uniforms. They're a little bit hotter, and this motor may tell me it is a little bit warmer too. But it ain't so bad. I can't stand it. I don't want y'all to think I'm gonna fall out of the seat.
One thing he needs to realize is the last 2 races Martinsville and today, it's been about 90 degrees.
Right.
So if it's hot now, bud, it's really going to get hot here come July.
I mean, we're definitely into the first hot races that they've had all year long.
And the other thing is these cars are so slick nowadays, and the crew chiefs don't want any air, any ducts in the side to slow you down. So there's not a lot of air inside the car other than your helmet cooler that you run to keep your head cool.
And Darrell, he talked about his fire suit. They make different layer fire suits. The more layers, yeah, the more protection you have, but the hotter it's going to be.
Well, these suckers, they make a lot of heat, and all that comes out right up under your feet and up under your seat.
Robbie Gordon working the low groove.
Too wide outside.
Steve Grissom alongside, Ricky Rudd in tow. Check, that's Bobby Hamilton, who's a lap down.
And Steve Grissom in the 44, he's 2 laps down. He actually missed pit road on his green flag stop all ago, but he's here with the lead pack.
Darrell, you theorized that might have been the start of his problem.
I think what happened was he was trying to get on pit road, and he blew out the left front tire. He locked it up. I saw smoke fly, and then he had to go around an extra lap. Tire blew out on the way around.
It's Grissom's first race of the 2002 season.
And that could be the difference of missing pit road. I mean, you had been used to doing this for a year and a half or 2 years.
Michael Waltrip, who led 53 laps here last October, fell out of that race after overheating at 167 of 188 laps.
And looked like he could have won that race very easily. He was sitting there leading the race. All of a sudden, the thing got hot on him.
And Larry picked him, by the way.
Blew up.
Halfway.
Well, I couldn't. I just want Michael to know he's my brother. Michael, I was going to pick you, but I have to pick after Larry, and he took you first. But we can't both pick
This is the car that Michael had at Daytona, and I don't think it was ever talked about what a good car he had there, but he ran over something that came off of his teammate's car, Dale Earnhardt Jr., and put a hole in the nose, and even though he still ran up front, it pretty much kept him, I think, from getting up there to win the race.
He's going to tick off Dale Jr., though, I can tell you that right now, if he drives down there and lets Ryan Newman go by him.
Clear, all clear.
He should have stayed out there and let the 8 car draft off of him.
Hard to get to the high side when Ryan Newman is right there. Now, will Newman with the Ford get any help from those Chevys?
Jeff Gordon just jumped up behind him in the 24 car, jumped out from behind Michael and got behind Ryan Newman in the 12 car.
I wouldn't be a bit surprised if Dale Jr. was very unhappy with that move.
Here he comes on the outside. Junior, that is.
Junior's got, I mean, he can go around that outside.
We saw in practice yesterday, Darrell, that car can go anywhere he wants.
He's faster than Newman, but he got to be careful right there, bud. Don't touch him.
He got a run in the middle of turn 1 and 2 right there with the help of Kurt Busch from the 97.
That 8 car really picks up a lot of steam through the middle of the corner up high. And I think what Junior just sent over to his old teammate there, Michael, is
The 15
buddy,
down low doesn't have a whole lot of help. Low line's got the help now. They all left 97. 15's got the 40. That's 24.
Ty Norris, Dale Earnhardt Jr. spotter.
and he's a great spotter. He spotted me when I drove the Pennzoil car, and he was so helpful.
24's at the middle. It's Eric Bear. Get the 97 with him. You're clear. Clear.
Darrell, there's two kinds of spotters. There's the calm, reassuring voice like Ty Norris, and then there's the cheerleaders. Which do you prefer?
I like Ty Norris. I like for a guy to, because I'm already revved up enough. I'm doing enough hollering. I don't need a spotter doing it.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. back in 1 and 2. We talked about it earlier, all the way from the top of the racetrack to the bottom. Got that runoff turn 3, and he's got the help of Jeff Gordon here going after that lead again.
Ryan Newman's got a pretty fast car, though, and I think that was a little message to him right there from Junior. Don't hit me in the back end.
Run on the bottom. Run on the bottom.
Chevy's in the low lane,
Back to
Ford's in
clear.
the
On
high
clear.
lane.
24's got the 15 and 40 on the low line.
I think Junior wanted to shove the 12 up so he'd get these other cars underneath of him.
Big response from the crowd as Earnhardt Jr. goes back to the lead.
Well, that's pretty impressive. That could have been 5 to go just as easy it is with 100 to go.
It'll probably still be like this with 5 to go.
Oh, yeah.
And what these guys have to be doing, the crew chiefs, they have to start making these guys aware. Look, we're in this big pack. We're about 3 to 5, 6 laps away from pit stop. You want to be in the right position to come on the pit road and make that green flag stop.
Well, we want to be back for pit stops, too. You are watching NASCAR on Fox. Window under the green flag. Jeffrey Bodine has stopped. He is the first to stop, as he was on the prior pit stop sequence. Dale Earnhardt Jr. continues to lead his teammate Michael Waltrip, Jeff Gordon, Ryan Newman, Sterling Marlin, Matt Kenseth, Kurt Busch, Mark Martin, Dale Jarrett, and pole sitter Jimmy Johnson.
Based on the earlier sequence of green flag stops over the next 10 laps, we should see the whole field come to pit road. And again, I think everyone will take 4 tires, fill that thing over fuel, to go another 50 or 60 laps within about 15 laps of the end.
And it seems like when Dale Jr. gets out front, he can pull 3 or 4 cars along with him, and they kind of get 3 wide behind him. We've seen it earlier, doing it again. He just got such a fast car that there's only a few guys that can hang with him.
Well, there are leaders and there are followers.
Well, you know where I want to be. I want to be a leader. I want to see nothing in my windshield.
But I'm saying, when he wants to lead, they don't want to race him. They want to line up and run with him.
If I was a spotter and if I was a crew chief, I'd say stay with that 8 car. Wherever he goes, you go with him.
He's going to probably be near or at the front when this thing all shakes out.
Frank Kimmel down on the apron was coming out of the pits and coming up to speed. Not a problem there.
It can be. That you know, if you're coming in there 3 wide, and there's a car coming out of the pits coming up on the racetrack, man, that can create a real havoc.
Give a call to Hutch Strickland. You saw there from Calera, Alabama. He's been driving Bill Davis's Dodge in and around the top 10 all day.
Michael Waltrip, he tried to jump up in front of Matt Kenseth, but Dale Earnhardt Jr. saw what was going on. He jumped up in front of those guys.
And Dale Jarrett, both of the Yates cars, he and Ricky Rudd qualified very poorly, but DJ has raced himself up into 7th place. Had a big near miss earlier. And here's another one. Jeff Gordon, Matt Kenseth, all almost touched.
See, that's a product of not being able to see out that right side. He didn't really know he was there, but he never saw him. He felt him. That car went over there. He felt that buffer of air, and he whooped back.
You feel it a lot of times before you see it.
Yes, sir.
Folks, the best way I can describe that is you're going down the highway, you've got the driver's window open, and you crack the passenger's window. The air pressure inside the car changes. You feel that. It's similar to what these drivers feel when a car gets alongside.
Yeah, you can hear and you can feel. You can't always see. And you can see that that's Dale Jarrett, a good shot of him. He's trying to look over to the right a little bit, see who's over on his right side, but there's really not a lot he can see over there. But look what a rough ride he's getting.
And look at the little bear right here. That was given to Dale yesterday by a little girl from the Make-A-Wish Foundation. He said, let me have that bear. I can't think of a better passenger I would want with me than this little bear for tomorrow.
He's hiding behind his seat, though. He needs to get up there where you're sitting.
The bear is brown to the bone, too.
Brown bear.
Pit stops for the leaders imminent. 104 laps complete.
And you know, Darrell, we always talk about it, and I know we both are fans of the full-face helmet, but that's one of the reasons at the Speedway, especially, that Dale Earnhardt Sr. wanted that open-face helmet. A little better vision.
Yeah, a little better vision, and plus the air blowing in the car through the side windows, through the driver's side there. He said he could feel that.
Matt?
Well, like you were talking about the heat inside the A car of Dale Earnhardt Jr., remember, he just started wearing a full-face helmet. He, too, used to wear an open-face helmet. Tried it in happy hour last year at Homestead. The first time at Atlanta, and so he isn't quite used to how hot it can get in that car with that full-face helmet as a 9 car got a little bit in the grass there coming down pit road.
We got out of bounds. How about out of pavement?
But, I mean, that's what happens when you get too many cars coming to pit road at one time. You're trying to get to 55 miles an hour. And remember, they start clocking that speed 75 feet before the entrance of pit road.
Michael just put his, you see his arm out the window. He's telling those guys behind him, we're coming to pit lane, guys. Don't run over us. Here they come. They're coming off the corner here.
Second group have made their stops and come out.
We see more coming, though. We see it looks like about 15 cars coming to pit road. We'll see about 2 more groups over the next few laps.
And they include the leaders. Earnhardt Jr. all the way down in the far end pit, and Michael Waltrip.
And if there's one place you don't want to get caught speeding on pit road, you do not want to speed on pit road here. It would pretty much end your day.
Steve Burns.
Michael Waltrip says he loves the way the race car is handling. Right side tires are already on. The jack man, Jeff Kerr, slams the jack in. Chris Crumley changes front tires. No adjustments, just 4 tires. Matt Yoakum.
Steve, a 4-tire change for Dale Earnhardt Jr. His car wasn't tick tight, but no adjustment, and he's down and away.
Beats Dale Jarrett off pit road, along with Michael Waltrip, Jeff Gordon, Rusty Wallace, Jimmy Spencer, Sterling Marlin, and Bobby Labonte.
Now, you heard Dale Jr.'s engine, how it back kind of spit out the pipe when he dropped the clutch. That's the rev limiter. They don't want to turn this motor over about 7,200, I would suspect.
Here comes a lot of the Roush cars right there, 97 and Mark Martin. That group, they're getting a little better fuel mileage than most of the other cars.
Dick Berggren.
Now Kurt Busch is on his way in right now. This is Mark Foles on the front end of the car. He's carrying tires. He's from West Virginia. In the back, Aaron Pirat from Lexington, Kentucky. Andy Thurman changing front tires. He's from Louisiana. Kevin Gilman on the back tires. He's from St. Johnsbury, Vermont. The crew assembled from all over America. A good 4-tire change, and he's gone.
Now, can he and Mark Martin get out together and draft back up to speed together? Answer, yeah, they're going to be close.
It's going to be close. The lead pack, they're coming off turn 4, entering down through the travel right now.
Ricky Craven, Mike Skinner, Brett Bodine, and Dave